Hey, what's up, everybody? Deary0194 here, and I have a great surprise for you guys. This, the Canon EOS 5D Mark IV. This is my camera now. I bought it brand new about 2 days ago. It came with the 24 to 70 f4L series lens. Um, this is a camera that I've wanted for a while now. It came out less than a year ago. Um, I understand people had the Canon 5D Mark III and everybody loved it, and it was a camera that I was strongly considering, being that it was less expensive than this, but it was also 5 years older. So I wanted to get something a little bit more up to date and something that I could keep for the next 5 years. I've already opened it, as you can tell. The box. I was so excited once I first got it that I couldn't help myself. I didn't. I was like, oh, I can't wait for the unboxing video. I just have to hold it. I have to play with it. I have to shoot. Um, and I love it. I love everything about it. It's all that I can ask for. It's a huge, huge upgrade from what I had at first, which my prime, I love this camera still to this day, was my Canon EOS Rebel T5. And yes, it's in this very cool red color. And no, I don't use the kit lens on here. I just have it on here because I was originally going to record with this, but the iPhone, I'm using my iPhone 7 Plus, and I just think it's a little bit better for video recording, maybe. Um, and it's less work for me to upload the video. Just I can just upload it straight to YouTube from my phone. But this camera, my mom bought it for herself, actually. Well, I guess for us, brand new, when it came out. And I never used it because I really wasn't into photography at that time. And it was like I started to slowly get into photography. I started off doing like photographing cars and stuff with a friend of mine, and now like I'm a little bit past doing car photography, although I love it. But I do a lot of portraits and things like graduation pictures, and I'm trying to get into weddings a lot more. I've done actually did my first wedding not too long ago. Was not with the Canon EOS T5. It was with the Canon 6D, and that's when I knew that I loved and I needed a full frame camera, because not saying the crop sensor cameras limit you to what you can do, because people do it with these crop sensor cameras. They kill it. Like, you would never think that a lot of these people, photographers that do these events, are using crop sensor cameras. However, at certain times I would realize, oh wow, my camera is not pulling in as much light as this full frame camera. The crop is kind of not working in my favor, and I just needed something a little bit more professional, especially because I love photography, and as you guys will see, I have a few friends who, once we start our YouTube channel together, it's a group YouTube, and we're gonna do our own personal YouTubes. We're gonna try to upload constant behind the scenes. As one of my favorite photographers here, as you can see, her name is Jessica Kobasi. I'm not sure if you guys can see her, but she's the one holding the camera talking right now. She's one of my favorite photographers. She's actually like the person that I started watching, and I knew that her type of photography is what I wanted to get into. She's more of like the fashion photographer, and I like editorials. I like everything. Um, and she was a huge inspiration for me, and so I realized that I love photography, and if I could do this full time, I would. Um, and I'm trying. So, but yes, this Canon T5 has taken me from zero to literally 100. It was the best camera that I had ever used, until I start using the full frames. I love this camera. I will still use it as my backup camera. I understand a lot of people use two full frames, but I know what this camera can do because I've used it for so long. I've been doing photography for about 6 months, 5 months, 5 to 6 months. And within those 5 to 6 months, I have learned so much. My prime lens, which is like literally my primary lens, is the 50 millimeter. Let's see if it'll focus in on it. Yes, the 50 millimeter 1.4 Canon lens. I love this lens to death. Like, I probably will rarely ever use the Canon EOS. I mean, not the Canon EOS, the Canon EF 24 to 70. Specifically because it only goes to f4. Which that's fine with me in the daytime. I mean, you can still get some crazy pictures with it. However, this goes to 1.4 and it suits me a lot better. That'll be my lens that's on this camera body most of the time. Yeah, and I guess now we can get down to the unboxing. And remember, I've already unboxed it, so I just kind of threw everything back in there. So if you get this kit, it won't actually look like the way that I have it, so don't stress over it. Okay, so first, just like any other camera box, you have your three-way opening. This here is just the battery charger. If you're upgrading from a Canon 5D Mark III, you don't have to worry about buying another battery or battery charger. They utilize the same exact battery and battery charger. Here is the Viewfinder cover. I assumed this is what you hooked it up to the computer or maybe to your TV. I'll have to do a little bit more research on that. Chances are I probably will never use it. Here are two discs. One is the software instruction manual, and then the other one is the solution disc. I probably will look through this manual specifically because this camera is extremely different from what I'm accustomed to. And that's even like me using the 6D. This camera is so much more advanced that, it takes some getting used to. I don't think I've kind of mastered all the functions that this camera can do. I'll do the lens first. And together, I think this package weighed 8.1 pounds, plus the big brown box that everything came in. So this is the box that the 24 to 70 came in. Let's see if make sure you guys can see. So it's not your normal lens box. And I guess because it came as a kit, I was okay with that. It's just a box. I don't need it anyways. So here's your lens hood that it comes with. I'm not a big fan of this specific look of the lens hood, but it's a lens hood and I rarely use them anyways. So I probably will not leave that on there. Okay. So this, and of course, if I'm not mistaken, it actually came with plastic protection around it, but this is how it comes. Yes, beautiful lens. I love the red ring, as everybody does, because it makes you look more professional, I guess, so to speak. I don't really care about it that much, but it is a nice touch on it. But it is, again, the 24 to 70 f4. Oh. And you just put on the lens hood like that. I'm sure I have it wrong, but that gives you an example of what it looks like. And now to my favorite part. Okay. The camera body, which did come with protection on it. But I took it off because I've already done a video on here. I mean, not a video, pictures. The Canon 5D Mark IV. Almost identical to the 5D Mark III and the 5D Mark II. It's a little bit lighter, actually, which is what I prefer because these things can get extremely heavy. Even for a big guy like myself, I prefer for me not to be carrying around all that weight, especially if I'm going to have multiple lenses, flashes, and just different things. You want to be comfortable all the time. Here's the back of the camera. Hopefully you guys can see it. Here are your side ports. Viewfinder, which is now, I'm not sure if the Canon 5D Mark III was completely like this one, but this one I know for a fact is pretty upgraded from all the videos I've watched because of what you can see in it. It's not a fully electric viewfinder, kind of like how the Sonys are, but it does house a lot of information and you can do a lot with it. And here is the card opener, which you have your standard SD and then your compact flash. I'm not too familiar with compact flashes, but from what I've heard, people say that's pretty, I'm not sure. I'm just have to do my research on compact flash. I wouldn't necessarily know how to use it because I use an iMac and they don't have a compact flash port. So it's immediately when you turn it on, well, I don't have a camera, not a camera. I don't have a memory card in here at the moment. But as you can see, my favorite thing is that it's touchscreen. I love that. I love it. Actually, let's see something. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so a cool feature with this camera is, I might be too close, but we'll see. So a cool feature with this camera is if you just touch, okay, too close. So let's see. Okay, I'm not sure exactly why it's doing that at the moment, but what it does is it has the touch focus. So if wherever you want to touch, it will automatically take a picture for you. And I wish this wasn't so cropped in. I could show you guys how to do it. Oh, okay, so it's too close, I'd imagine, or maybe I just need to fix my settings. However, usually you're able to touch it and, sorry about the glare. You're able to touch it and it'll automatically take the picture as soon as it locks on. However, it's not doing that right now, but it's all right. And These are your menu settings, obviously. Let's get that to focus in. Just like your normal. I'm not too familiar with the 5D series outside of this one, so I'm not sure if the menus actually look the same or not. But still lights up orange. I don't have my memory card in there at the moment, so it's not going to let me take any pictures. I have it set up that way because there's no point of putting work on the shutter. There's no camera, no memory card to say. And you still have your normal cleaning sensor sign once you turn the camera off. So I plan on actually doing a lot more videos on this camera. I'm trying to see when I will actually be able to do a legitimate review. I want to be able to get set up more professional than what I am right now. But I love this camera. And you can see the difference in size with these two cameras, maybe. Huge difference. Again, if you have a crop sensor camera like this, master it before you try to go get a full frame. There's nothing wrong with them. Just to give you guys a preview of a lot of my work beforehand. Those are amazing pictures. I love Ruby, Jessica, and Irene. They're like all three of them are just such a work of art. These are the only two pictures that I've taken with my 5D Mark IV. But for the most part, everything else on my page was taken with the Rebel T5 and the 6D. But in my opinion, my work is good. From where I started, it's like, a huge difference from where I am now. But that camera is that's the reason why I'm here now. So, yes. So you guys take care, and thanks for watching.